Good. It's real. It gets it. Girl, turn the camera around. Okay, there we go. Flip you guys here. Here. Yeah. Hey y'all. Got all my things popping. We all at the same time. Okay, cool, 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 cool. Hey guys, happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Y'all been glued to the computer all day. But it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I hope everybody is doing well. Y'all, this is the first time you seeing me. My name is Sierra Janae. I'm a wife and mom of two. And I try to get on live pretty much every single day because I'll be trying to put the people on and let y'all know how y'all can change your lives with digital marketing, affiliate marketing, because it truly has changed my life. I try to get on here and share my story, share some of my students' stories, and just again, how it's been life changing. If you are someone that just maybe the paycheck just don't be enough, you can have the like, and I know it's so funny. I was thinking about this today. I'm sorry, I'll go on a tangent real quick, but welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. But I was just thinking, I was out doing some shopping earlier with my kids, and I'm just a very grateful person. Okay, like when I tell you God has brought me so far, and I'm telling you the power of prayer and what it can do, and asking God to reveal to you what your purpose is, child. Maybe it could change your life. It could change your life. But I was out doing some Bath and Body Works shopping today. You know, they wallflowers don't sell, candles and shit. And I just remember praying for a time that I could just have enough money to do little things. You know, like digital marketing has truly, truly changed my life. And yeah, I've been able to, like buy my dream car, pay for it cash. Okay, Range Rover, BB. Okay, so grateful for that. Pay off debt. Me and my husband are trying to double down and pay off this house, and and that's one reason why I like to constantly share my story. I'm not the most aesthetically like, oh, I go to Dubai every weekend and this and that. Like it ain't that serious, baby. I just needed enough to get by and do simple things, And when I tried so many different side hustles, and I felt like for the most part I was consistent. I always tell people I didn't lead with God and I didn't ask him to bless my journey. I think a lot of times we move so fast, you don't think about asking him to, really bless everything that you do, touch everything that you do, give you the words to say so you can inspire and motivate people. Because obviously that's how you get paid, right? Not even necessarily praying for money, but just praying for the what's the word? Yeah, like a lot of people want all this money overnight, but a lot of people don't pray like, God, give me the strength to keep it, to manage it, and do things like that. And that was something that I feel like a lot of people don't talk about because again, everybody wants to make all this money, y'all, and I can show you how to do it. I promise you. But I always try to tell all of my students like your mindset has to be right. You need to talk to Jesus, okay? Because I had to like reevaluate myself. I was just like, man, if I can't manage and save and manage my little, $50,000, $60,000 that I was getting, how can I expect to try to, hit 5K months, 10K months or whatever if I haven't fixed my relationship with money? So it definitely starts there. I won't get too deep on y'all, but I like to get on here anyways and answer questions and see. And y'all, I've been getting a lot of DMs, hence why another reason why I got on here. I love how y'all hold me accountable. I really do appreciate y'all holding me accountable. Tell my girl, where you ain't did no Q&A. I didn't know you guys scared. I didn't know you guys scared. So y'all haven't did the Q&A, but I do try to get on here daily to answer any questions that you have. So if you are someone who is, kind of burnt out on your 9 to 5, maybe you're not, maybe you are just looking for a way to create, passive income for yourself, freedom. Honestly, freedom, and when I think of freedom, I think of personally like saying like, baby, I can take a trip whenever I want to. My bills are on auto pay. I don't have to, unlock my card or move some money over to make a purchase. To me that's freedom. Like again, if you want to travel, you want to do all that, I think like my kids officially are like trust fund babies and stuff like that. All this came for me personally from working, from starting my business, and I still work my 9 to 5, baby, because I'm gonna carry that insurance. But all of that had came from digital marketing, and it took me, unfortunately, to see that I could actually make a lot of money in a shorter period of time. And but if you just change your mindset and you think differently, like what's the worst thing that can happen if you can think like, you know what? Yeah, I make $40,000 a year, but why can't I turn that $40,000 into, 6 months? Why can't I make that $40,000 in 30 days, 90 days, or whatever? We have to think differently. And ain't no wrong with working a job. Like I said, hey, Tori, thank you. um like when it comes to working a job, I consider that a source of income. I ain't gonna never work in no job, baby. Like I said, this world is crazy right now. We don't know what's gonna happen with people's insurance. People's insurance premiums are going up, child. So that's why I tell people all the time, I'm one of those people. I've made over $200,000, baby, still in my job, baby. I said maybe when we hit a million, I might walk away. But and that's the thing. People's outlook on money, y'all, that's what's holding you back. If you think differently and start moving differently, you really can change your situation. And you make time for what you want to make time for. People always want to say that they ain't got no money to invest in themselves, but you got money to buy a bottle. You got money to get an outfit. You got money to do these things to stunt as if you have money. And it's like, who the hell are you trying to impress? Versus just, you know what, let me learn a skill so it can continue to bring in money for me, so I can create other streams of income off of the one stream of income that I started. And the way I was raised, the way I was brought up, thankfully, other than my father-in-law, my parents didn't teach me about money. I didn't know anything about money, and then hopping straight into adulthood with no real direction, and then getting into, working a job and stuff like that. Like I just was like, baby, I know I'm gonna pay all my bills and just be broke. Like that was all I knew. I didn't know about investing. And I just, again, didn't know, like, I thought that, hey, I'm supposed to go to college, because that's what everybody says to do. That's the American dream. I'm supposed to do that. Even if I'm not really sure, because, looking back, like at 18, 19, you don't know what the hell you really want to do. I mean, some people do, but you really don't know what the hell you want to do. I was so excited. I went to Purdue University to really kind of shit on people. Like, yeah, baby, I made it to college. Y'all thought I wasn't gonna make it. Y'all thought I wasn't gonna graduate, and was unhappy the whole goddamn time. Girl, did aviation engineering. Thought I was gonna become an air traffic controller. Didn't do none of that shit. Didn't do none of that shit, y'all. And then end up at a freaking warehouse job. And that was literally my only job that I had. And I had it kind of made up in my mind that this is where I was gonna be. I mean, it was a good paying job. I slowly moved up the ladder. And I was getting my little raises. And when you ain't used to shit, this is why we have to expose ourselves to new things. But when you're not used to nothing, getting a little 75-cent raise, you be grateful. Getting a little dollar raise, you be grateful. It's funny, when I came to my job that I'm on now, all of the people be like, damn girl, you must have been really mistreated, because the fact that you're getting excited over, what I mean, I was like, y'all gonna give me a $2 raise, a $3 raise? I don't know how to act. I'm only used to 3.5 or 3.2 increases. Okay. We ain't used to this shit. I ain't get that shit in my old job. But and a lot of people are in that cycle. And there's nothing wrong with being grateful, as we all should be, because you ain't gotta get nothing. We unfortunately purposely limit ourselves to not knowing that, no, I can make that same salary in a few months. I can make that in 30 days. I can make that in a day if I want to. Like, what is so wrong with thinking that way and thinking highly of yourself? And I know the biggest thing that used to hold me back was just not even taking the time to see it on paper. Like, if you are someone that is striving to want to make 10K months, 5K months, I don't know, an extra $1,000 a month, have you actually taken time and wrote this information down? How can you do it? Have you thought about putting a plan together? Y'all, we got motherfucking ChatGPT. So, like, but you see, all these Instagram highlights and the social media highlights of how people are changing their lives, and you immediately be like, oh, well, I don't have their talent, or oh, I can't do what they're doing, or oh, she lying. It's either one of those, when it's like, oh, wait a minute. And honestly, when I first heard about digital marketing, it really kind of had me like, it's one thing to get into real estate. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I kind of first started hopping into the entrepreneurship. Like, I've always wanted to do YouTube, but nobody used to watch my shit, and I wasn't making no money from that. Little AdSense wasn't no money. But then, when COVID, when everybody was kind of on their hustle because they was kind of forced to, because motherfuckers was losing their job, it inspired. Like, it was just something about it. I was like, man, I feel guilty saying this out loud, but like, I don't want to work. Like, I don't want to be, at least on a job where it was like so demanding. I always tell people all the time when I was at my old job, even when I was giving birth, they was calling me and asking me to fix shit and do shit, like was so inconsiderate. And it was just draining. But like, yeah, that's another thing. I feel like a lot of people we just struggle with because the way we was raised, the way we was taught in school is, you have to be on this job and you have to trade your time for money, and that's the only way to make money. You live the American dream, and by this age you should be here, by this age you should be here, and it's like, no, it's the total motherfucking opposite. Like, y'all, social media, brand, and all of that. And look, I'm gonna say something a little controversy. I hope it don't piss nobody out, but if it do, I'm sorry. I don't wish death on nobody. I ain't saying it like that. But y'all, if you just look at the level of a man who was a podcaster, okay, even though we don't agree with some of the shit that he was saying, I damn sure don't. The level of what his brand took him to. And y'all, this is why personal brand, and I hate to use that example, but I'm gonna use it as an example, okay? I'm just saying, baby, they be using us as examples. That is what a personal brand can do for you. If you create a personal brand, you're on social media anyway. You're scrolling for hours. You ain't doing shit. You're watching other people create their dream lives right in front of you. Why can't you do the same thing? Thank you, sis, for the follow. I'll give you a follow back. Here, let me turn this around. Chill. But why can't you do that for you? You know what I mean? And y'all, like, every time I go out to, like, I know this sounds corny as fuck, but this is why I get on here and try to talk to people and like talk about it over and over and over. When I be out to eat and I'm spending money, and I'm real like frugal with my money, baby. I'm a penny pincher, okay? It's the thing that I'm working on. But seriously, when I'm out and I'm out with my kids and we on sushi dates or we going to brunch and stuff like that, to see income come in is such a good, I don't care what nobody say, like, baby, it ain't got old to me. It's such a blessing and it's such a good feeling. But that is the power of what digital marketing and affiliate marketing can do for you. And again, I know when people hear terminology, just like, oh, is this an MLM? Is it a scam? No, girl, like, somebody took the time to create a product. The product is teaching people skills, right? Those skills can teach you how to do other things and teach you how to create multiple streams of income. Like, imagine putting college in a motherfucking box, right? But you ain't got to go through all them years or whatever like that. It all depends on you, like how fast you want to get done with it. But once you're done with it and you've went through it a lot, you can take those skills and create businesses. That is what the power of digital marketing, done for you, digital marketing can do for you. Now, granted, you can definitely come out and launch your own product because we all have knowledge in something. And honestly, I think everybody should do it because, again, there's nothing like a personal brand. But if you are someone complaining about, like, oh, I don't have any money, or, money is tight right now, getting on social media, you are on social media anyway. You need to create your personal brand. And when you do that, I don't care if you do hair. I don't care if you're a teacher. I don't care if you're a culinary person. I don't care if you're a party decorator. Create a personal brand. Y'all, the tools and resources that we have are I don't want to make it seem like, I don't want to say ancestors, but essentially, yeah, our ancestors didn't have access to this technology. There are children that are 7, 8 years old using Chat GPT and creating $1 million business. Baby, why you can't do that? You a whole adult. Why you can't do that? And so, anyways, that's why I try to get on here daily to share my personal story, share, like I said, my student story, because digital marketing truly changed my life. I again did multiple side hustles because I always had entrepreneurship in me, baby. I used to sell Pop Tarts back in back in school when I used to collect everybody's Pop Tarts from, you want your Pop Tart, you want your Pop Tart, you want your Pop Tart, and I used to sell it because I used to always need me a little extra cash on the side. So I don't know, I guess entrepreneurship has always been within me. A lot of people think of it as like a scary thing, especially when it comes to taxes and shit like that. But y'all, I'm telling you, taking the time to learn high income skills, taking the time to invest in yourself and personal development, not only is it a motherfucking flex, can I just say that? Not only is it a flex, but the things that it can do for your family and just change your life and give you just ease. I've never, I don't want to say I never thought that I would be living a life of ease, child. Never, never, ever, ever. I just knew, hey, Bree, I just knew that I was going to, again, be on the job that I was on, honestly, for the rest of my life. I mean, I started basically when I was 19, 20. So I was going to make a career out of it. But then to literally replace my salary, in a month and a half, literally when I first got started, from from learning skills that somebody took the time to put together. And all I do is just get on there, get on live, create content, stuff that I'm doing for free anyway. People are posting statuses for free every single day. People are posting threads every single day. Ain't talking about shit when you could be talking about a product that's helping you, that you're learning from, and it can inspire so many people to get started. Like, and a lot of people, when they hear about selling courses and stuff like that, y'all, and again, I ain't did my Q&A, but the messages that I've been getting on Instagram, I'm answering. Okay, y'all, I'm getting to it. Okay, it's not just selling a course, y'all, and I really need y'all to understand that it's not just selling a course. You definitely can do that, and you can make a lot of money from it. That was, I tell people all the time, when I first got started with digital marketing, affiliate marketing, that is the route that I want to do, because I didn't want to do extra. I didn't want to do nothing else. Okay, I was like, bitch, look, this is the last side hustle I got up in me, and I need to work. And everybody's saying that you could do this, so I'm just gonna follow that plan. Let me really see what to do. Let me go all the way 100, be all the way in, fully committed, and following the blueprint that the course that I got started with gives you. And I'm just gonna go for that, y'all. Thank y'all for the 4.5. Girl, thank you for the likes. So TikTok. But yeah, and so when I first got started, y'all, in the program that I'm talking about is called Digital Wealth Academy. If you've seen me before online, I'm always talking about it. I literally, and again, this is the power of digital marketing, y'all, have been selling the same product for over a year. And that is one of the things that I see so many people limit themselves on, because they're like, girl, like, okay, doesn't it die out? Doesn't it get old? Y'all, there are millions. Isn't It's more like billions, ain't it? Ain't it billions? There are billions of people from all over the world. I have students in outside of the country. I tell people all the time, if you've never seen me before, I live in Indiana, and literally like 3 people in total now have bought the course from me, the program from me. So, if I was just like, oh man, I hope my family and my friends and my people in my state support me, girl, fuck them. They won't. But it's been able, like, digital marketing has opened up the door, like, it truly has broadened my horizon. Again, having students in Russia, in Dubai, in the UK, in Jamaica, and talking to these people and helping people get started. It's so funny when you interact with so many different people, just people's mindsets and thinking differently. Like, baby, what is the worst thing that can happen if you believe in yourself? What is the worst thing if you know what? I'm gonna go all in. I'm gonna learn this skill, because with Done For You digital marketing, it's already been proven. Somebody's already done it. So why can't I do that? That's the biggest thing that I see so many people, the most common thing that I see so many people hold themselves back. Like, well, I don't know if it can happen for me, or it's a like one in a luck type of thing. Like, it only can happen, some kind of fluke, where no, it's a proven system. And if you follow the system, be genuine, be yourself, have integrity. I give the same speech every time, y'all. Have integrity. It truly can change your life, all from someone else's hard work and energy. Now, granted, I'm not saying like it just happens overnight for you. For some people it has, which is crazy. But having longevity in this, and actually, again, having integrity will really set you up to constantly be making money. Y'all, I disappear from social media all the time because I be needing my breaks. Okay, girl. Like, I be going through some shit sometimes. But because I, set the tone and I created content, and that content stays up, and girl, I'm just filming little everyday shit. Me emptying the dishwasher, child, me vacuuming, me cleaning up my daughter's room, and I'm purposely positioning myself to a certain type of audience. My audience most of the time is moms, but there's other people that come. I've helped young people. I've helped people from the ages of 16 all the way up to 67 start their digital marketing journey from a program that I didn't create, which is insane. So again, I get over here and try to answer questions in regards to that, y'all. The program is called Digital Wealth Academy, and right now, I am offering full mentorship with it. I do have some people that purchased it last night, and y'all ain't text me. So when you get DWA from me, not only are you getting this course, right, that has over 50 plus modules of skills, a blueprint to set you up for success online, to set you up to successfully set up your online business, but you're also going to learn other side hustles in there as well. You can learn how to get monetized on Amazon. You can learn how to create a print on demand business. You can learn how to monetize network marketing. You can learn how to monetize Pinterest. Like, y'all know y'all can monetize motherfucking Pinterest. This shit crazy, right? So many different side hustles, and the best way I like to explain it is it's a course that you can jump around, get what you need, and kind of really leave what you don't. But also, it really sets you up to never be broke another day in your life with so many different skills that you have going for yourself, and it constantly just forces you to kind of think outside the box, and you just learn so much from it. As a person, again, y'all can't say this enough, as a person that tried to do multiple side hustles, I ain't gonna lie, when I used to be a little social media manager or whatever like that, I thought I knew everything when it came to social media, right? Because I was like, I've grew pages, I've done that or whatever. Baby, got into the course, I said, oh, okay, didn't know that. So, just if you want to just grow on social media, so you can maybe appeal to brands and start getting brand deals, maybe get on brands just PR lists, you can learn that inside of there. And on top of all of that, you can turn around and resell the course. Do you have to resell the course? No. No, you do not have to resell the course, y'all. And I think that, again, that's the misconception that a lot of people have. I personally have sold this program to a lot of people that just use it for their personal development. Maybe you're someone that's been wanting to start like a branding agency, a social media marketing agency, or whatever. This will be a great tool for you to use to help your clients or potential clients with everything from email marketing to content creation to, what I'm saying? Like, again, social media growth and things like that. But another cool thing that I like to tell people is all of the modules, right? Video instruction broken down for you step by step, literally A plus B plus C plus D, like in order, right? But I always tell people, like, even if you decide that you don't want to resell it, YouTube is popping. Get your butt on YouTube. I always tell all my people, get on YouTube, get on YouTube, get on YouTube. The content that is inside of this course that you're learning from will be great YouTube videos that you can redo and then fuck around and get monetized on YouTube. So literally, this is what I mean. Like, the wheels are constantly going, and you have so many different ways to make money online. But again, the hardest part is just saying yes. The hardest part is just believing that you actually can do it. But y'all, I'm telling y'all, if you follow along to the program, if you actually go through the actual program, you really can take away so much. But the biggest thing is people get it. And this is my thing, because I be having, like I said, I had a few of y'all that got it yesterday, and I'm offering full mentorship. Y'all ain't text me or nothing. Corey, Tyler, and I don't know the other person's name. I can't remember, but hit me up, because, like I said, right now when you get EWA, you'll get full mentorship. I'm giving you 30 days, your first 30 days of content. I'm going to set up your online store for you. You ain't got no excuse. Y'all literally don't have no excuse. And to the point where you can get started with this program, y'all, for zero down, like using like a firm, a virtual card, or you can just do like 4 easy payments using like Klarna or Afterpay. So literally there's no excuse, y'all. Christmas is literally like 90 days. Y'all, Christmas is 90 days away. Christmas is 90. First of all, can you believe I'm like a pre-90 day baby? I used to struggle at the last minute trying to come up with Christmas ideas and shit like that. But like, I'm like, oh my God, I'm a Christmas shopper 90 days ahead of time. Like, I'm a real adult now. Okay. And that is the power of what digital marketing has personally done for me. And again, those small things, like, yeah, I've been able to fix my credit. I've been, like I said, I've been able to, I paid cash for my dream car, my Range Rover. I've been able to start other businesses from the money that I made. But the most important thing that I've taken away from all of it is the impact, the transformation in so many of my students that I've been able to help, and, be able to do the things that they can do for their family. Hey, Adele. Yes, the best gift for yourself. Okay, period. No, seriously. Hey, Adele, how you doing, mama? How's it going? And y'all, seriously, like, and every time I think about it, again, when you have that poor mindset, and you think things are too good to, and we all go through it, right? Every time I think and I go and I look at, and again, it's not just about the money. It really is not. Like, once you start making money, it's like, okay, baby, I can do this. This is nothing. No, but seriously, I was gonna let for her. I was so hesitant about starting. I was so in my head, like, man, this can't happen for me. This can't happen for me. Like, I know it can't happen for me. There's no way. Hey, Slim, how are you? But I was, every time I think about it, I was gonna let $497, y'all, hold me back from now making over, just from reselling the course. I've made a lot more money than that, but now I'm making over $275,000. And every time I think about that, like, you was gonna let $500. Me and my husband, we say it like literally all the time. You was gonna let $500 hold you, because I was just in my head. Oh, I don't think it can happen. And so many of y'all I know are going through the same thing. And that's why I always say, and I tell all of my students, baby, if you work with me, honey, we talk to Jesus over here. I don't know how you feel about that, but I'm just letting you know. asking God to bless you. Like, God wants you to live a prosperous life, y'all. Like, he really do. And it says it in the Bible, and you need to read that for yourself. And there's so many different opportunities online now. You know what I mean? You just got to start thinking outside the box for yourself. Again, a job is cute, girl. I'm happy for you, girl. Get that insurance, get that 401k, get that pension if you can still get it. Okay. That's why I'm holding on by a thread, baby. You know what I'm saying? But it's okay to know that yes, you can have an unlimited, you can make money in your sleep, baby. You better get used to that feeling. And that was the thing. Like, I used to feel so uncomfortable, like, oh, I don't know, like maybe not. Girl, why not? Why not? It is life changing. It is. Adele, she's inside of DWA, y'all. So many people inside of the community, life changing. When I first got in there was 42,000 people. 42,000 people, y'all. There's over 127,000 people. And you know, when people are so quick to be like, oh, is it a scam? Is it too good to be true? Is it, baby? It was 42. That go on my YouTube channel, y'all. Go on my YouTube channel and you can go back to when I first started last year. I've been talking about the same program for over a year. But again, not only has this program helped me with, again, clearing up debt, helping people, doing all that, I even was able to launch my own community for moms, because when I got into this space and I kind of fell into mentoring. JoJo, where you been at? Because I got beef with you. I see you come up in here. Where you been at? Because where you been at? I ain't seen you and I see him at all. Where you been at? But yeah, yes, Adele said such a supportive community. Y'all, that's another thing. When you get inside of the community, first of all, when you get inside of the course, let me just say this, because again, this was the thing when I first heard about it and I didn't really know obviously detail. I'm just like, oh shit, I'm still gonna have to figure this shit out of my, on my own. It's a community, okay? So you're around people that are going through the same thing that you're going through. You're around people that are trying to figure it out just like you. And 9 times out of 10, probably didn't ask the questions that you had too, where you could easily just go in there and search and look up the information. But again, video instruction. I don't know about y'all, if y'all didn't download 1,001 ebooks or whatever like that, baby. I can't stand an ebook, because one thing about it, read to me. I can't sit up there and read. You know what I mean? So I love the fact that it's video instruction, but I also love the fact that when I had bought every other goddamn course there was on YouTube, because they used to give me, baby, I'm an infomercial hoe. Like, I'm a girl. Maybe people can sell to me, okay? I'd be like, oh, you got me. Them emotions, I need it, especially them late night purpose. Baby, I done bought everything. But hey Edward, how are you? She said the call outs be real. You know I'm gonna call people out. Y'all, I got to. Joe, where you been at? Because you've been acting real funny. You've been acting real. Where you been at, sis? But no, y'all. When I first got in there, I was so impressed, because have y'all ever bought like a program or a course and like it forces you to like go in order, and you like, girl, I really don't want to go through this right now. Can I bounce around? That's why I love DWA, because it literally is everything in order. And I tell people all the time, because people are like, oh, well, I mean, can I look all this information up on YouTube? You absolutely can. You absolutely can. But guess what? By the time you compile all the information together, you're going to be so overloaded with information, you're going to fucking give up. And you're just going to be like, oh, no, this is just too much. Versus where, hey, you're going to take what you need and leave what you don't. And that's why I love it. That's why I love it so much. Plus, it being video instruction. But on top of that, like Adele was saying, it's a supportive community. You can literally get in there and ask questions, and not only will you may get an answer back from the creator herself, but other people in there that are in there, them sharing their personal strategies and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So again, y'all, I'm sorry, like I'm on 3 different devices, so I'm gonna try to share my screen in a second, but work with me, okay? But and I love that. Then on top of that, y'all, so again, it's really a steal for everything that you get. And on top of that, you get trained, you get masterclass. That's another thing. People are always like, well, I'm not going to have help. How am I going to do this by myself? Again, if you get DWA from me this month, I am offering mentorship to set you up for success, to get you going and flowing. But you also get taught, there's master classes included too that you need to attend. I always tell all my people, get in the master classes, okay? Because it's going to help your ass. And you learn it from an 8-figure earner who literally teaches you the game, teaches you how to set up your site, how to set up your Instagram, where again you're going to position yourself to attract people. Okay, we don't want to attract the wrong motherfucking people. Like, we really want to like do this and be, again, have that integrity, right? Really helping people, right? And that's why I said I have, once I exceeded the amount that I wanted to make in this, y'all, like again, it really is about integrity to me. So I always try to, if you're interested and you want to learn a little information, this is why I'm always saying, like, shoot me a DM, ask me questions, because I want to make sure that you are going to be fully committed to get starting. Because yeah, it requires some work. Yeah, it's going to require some sacrifice. This ain't no, oh, it's just 1 to 2 hours a day. No, the fuck it's not. No, it's not. I mean, it can be once you get your business going, but in the beginning, you need to be all in. But if you was somebody that was trying to make life changing money, I would hope that you would be, right? I don't I don't think you want to give half-ass effort and be expecting full-ass effort results. It doesn't work like that. But it like, and that's why again I offer the mentorship as well. What you say? Yes, I listen to my videos like a podcast when I'm in my car. Yes, I do too, Adele. That's I tell people that all the time. That's so important because again, another people be thinking like, oh, I'm just gonna go through the course one time, baby. You stay in this, okay? It's not about having to know all of the information once you get started with a done for you course, but it's about being familiar with it, okay? Because people are gonna ask you questions. People typically ask, this is another question that I always feel like I'm always getting. Essentially, like, what is a day in the life of I don't consider myself a digital marketer. Like, I am my name, Sierra Jade. I help moms make money online, but I'll help anybody make money online. But typically, I always say, post 3 pieces of content. And again, this content could be anything, but you do want to learn about like storytelling and, hitting people's pain points and hitting people's, like, oh, I would love to be there. You know what I mean? Sharing your story. And this is why, y'all, I'm being all the way 100 with you. I get on live and say the same goddamn thing every day. And I love that. I love that I get to be myself and share my truth, and it helps people and help people get started. A lot of my students, when I got started, this is kind of how I fell into the mom niche. So many moms were reaching out to me, and like I would just be like, God, like, why are you sending me to people that are going through these dramatic situations? Like, I had like 3 moms that were living in a car, y'all, that was homeless. And this is just, it's so crazy how God will truly test you, because I didn't know. Again, I didn't get into, maybe I got into digital marketing for myself. I ain't gonna lie. I got into it because I needed some money. I was trying to support my husband, girl. He was working 2 jobs. And I was like, shit, I'm just doing this for myself, not knowing that it would really open up a door to a whole new purpose for me, coaching and mentor. Baby, I don't even like people. Ain't that crazy? But no, once I got into it, like, it again, exceeding what I wanted to exceed in it, and just to see the transformation of, I helped a mom buy her first home. I helped a mom be able to take her kids to Disney World, all inclusive, and like, just crazy. I helped a mom be able to leave her toxic relationship and, do so many things for her kids. Like, that's my thing. That's why I love doing what I do. And that's why I show up like how I do. But also I show up like this because I know what it's like, baby. I'm telling y'all, baby, I used to be, y'all know how, what is it, Wednesday? Okay, I thought it was Thursday. I was say, Thursday night when you get paid on Friday, baby, I used to be and my husband, baby, we going to the pump. That car about to go negative because we don't get paid. Like, I've been broke, paycheck to pay, baby. I lived it. So when I came across this opportunity and I seen, like, man, all I'm doing is just being myself. All I'm doing is just sharing my truth. What, like, and I'm getting paid for. Like, I used to feel guilty. I used to have a guilt about it, but then I'm just like, you know what? God, I promise you, I'm going to always give you the glory and tell these people about this and let them know, y'all, stop thinking stuff is too good to be true. Stop thinking everything is a goddamn scam, because it's not, girl. But does it require effort? Does it require skill? Absolutely, y'all. Social media, again, I cannot say it enough. Look at these people and their brands. Like, and it, again, open. Y'all, can I brag a little bit? Because I really want y'all to understand. So say if you guys started a Digital Wealth Academy, right? You're going to need to be consistent online. Okay. So I always tell people my golden rule is post 3 times a day, baby, get your ass on live. Okay. You see what I'm doing? I ain't doing shit. I ain't even showed y'all the course. Okay. Y'all already convinced. No, but seriously, I get online and I share with people my transformation. I share the testimonies inside of DWA, because I can talk about my life and the things that has changed for me personally, but I love sharing with other people, like the people actually inside of the community and what it's done for them. Baby, I done made a whole little $275,000, but there's people in there that's made 700,000, a million. Like, don't just take my word for it. You know what I'm saying? Men, women, young, old, like, okay. So again, this is what I do. But then I try to share like 3 pieces of content every day. I get in my stories and I share information and I just educate my audience. Y'all, that's all it is. Again, of a program that somebody else created, that they put all their time and energy and their hard work in, and put all these high income skills in there so people can learn multiple streams of income. That's all it is. I promise you, it's not no, oh, you got to be the expert. You got to know. No, you need to go through the course again to be familiar with the information so you can actually find it, so you'll be able to help people. Do you have to mentor? That's another question I get. No, y'all, when I first got started, I was just like, baby, I'm just making this money. Buy it. It's going to get you right. You're going to be good to go. Okay. You don't need me. But then, a lot of people, some people do need that extra support. You are such a thoughtful coach. You help from the heart. I really do. I really do, Adele. I'm telling y'all, maybe I prayed and asked God, I said, Jesus, I just want to make an extra $1,000. If we could just supplement, I wasn't reaching for the stars, but I tell people all the time, baby, reach for them stars. Come in the game saying, hey, I want to make 20K because it's possible, y'all. And I've seen it. And I like for real, this is something that what you put in is what you get out. You know what I'm saying? Like when I first got started, y'all, and I tell people this all the time because we all go through that phase of like, oh, is anybody going to buy for me? Is it or whatever? But again, if you actually take the time to learn skills and you see the value in it, I see the value in DWA. This is why I show up like how I do and why I talk about it, because it really is valuable. It really is changing people's lives. It really is making people millionaires. It really is helping people start their other side businesses and etc. So I'm not coming off salesy. I don't need to do, you know what I mean? You feel like you're coming off salesy when you don't believe in what you're talking about, or when you know what I'm saying? I'm just showing people, hey, this can solve your problem, baby, about living paycheck to paycheck, or baby, this can solve your problem about being in a toxic relationship. This can solve your problem about wanting to walk away from that goddamn job or whatever like that. That's all I'm here for. Okay. And rather you decide you want to move forward with it or not, that's completely up to you. But I'm just saying, in a world of working a job, baby, you're not going to get rich from there. It literally is set up for you not to be. So, and once you learn that, and again, I know people when they think of entrepreneurship and starting their own thing, it's a scary thought. It is. But again, with God and Jesus, and you asking him to bless your journey, baby, it could be everything. It could be everything. I'm looking at the mentorship. Okay, Edward, just let me know. I have my mentorship broken up where like if you decide you want to go with the inner circle method because that's what you get. So let me kind of explain y'all. So if you get DWA with me, like I said, you'll get your 30 days, your first 30 days of content. So I'm literally going to show you what to post, what to say. I always try to tell people get your ass on live, but I'm gonna help you set your website up. And also I'm gonna let you inside of my Telegram group. It's called the Inner Circle Method. And I drop different circle sessions in there to kind of help you and guide you, y'all, because I'm telling y'all, like when I tell you having the right strategy and being consistent and having a positive mindset, that's the trick to this. Okay. It ain't nothing crazy or nothing like that. Yes, consistency is important, right? But your mindset is everything. And again, I cannot say this enough. Sometimes it takes you looking in the mirror, but baby, who gonna fight you if you say, yeah, I know I can make 10K months. Yeah, I know I can make 20K months. Who's gonna fight you? Right. So, and yeah, you may lose some family and friends because a lot of people don't think that way. A lot of people don't think it's possible, which is why everybody doesn't, do it. A lot of people be quick to be, and I used to say this too, like, if people are making that much money, then why ain't everybody doing it? Because they can't, because they don't think that they're worthy, because they think it's too good to be true. That's why. But once you change your mindset, and I love that inside of DWA, they have a whole mindset module that talks about that. Is so important. Having limited beliefs. What do you get online and talk about if you haven't made any money? Y'all, I haven't. It's been a long time. I used to get on here and go through my stand store show. I don't need to do all that no more. You know what I'm saying? Because it is. I know what I've made in this. And if it don't tell you nothing, why the hell do you think I show up every single day? Because you know why? Because I'm making some motherfucker. Now, granted, when my ass disappears sometime, I don't make no money, y'all. I don't. So yeah, is it a thing that you make money every single day? No. But like, again, if you're constantly putting out content, if you're constantly educating your audience and you have good energy and you're being honest, it's gonna work for you. And if not, again, DWA allows you to have multiple different side hustles. That's the crazy part. So literally, there's no excuse to be broke. There's no excuse to be broke. But I just love the fact that Done For You digital marketing really gives you the training wheels and sets you up to like get in the practice of it. Because I'm telling you, once you start making money online, you're like, oh bitch, anything is possible. It's over. It's over. Once you see that deposit of you cashing out 7,000, like when I started seeing that, I said, okay, what have I been doing with all this? What have I been doing? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm sitting up here waiting on a little $2,000 check for 2 weeks to pay when I make that on a live. And again, it's important to get used to that. It's important to talk about that, writing it down, saying, hey, you know what? If I make $274 a day, I can make 6 figures. That ain't no money. And so again, we have to have these conversations with ourselves and start thinking differently. So again, if you want to get started with Digital Wealth Academy, that was kind of like my TED Talk. That was like my thought. That's what came to me naturally. So I just had to say that. I would love to help you get started. I also, like I said, recently launched my own community. It's called the Mompreneur Method. Because like I said, a lot of my students at the time were moms, and they were just struggling with time, and they were struggling with actually being a student of DWA. And I forever will stand by DWA because again, it taught me everything that I know. It helped me earn my very first 6 figures. They always say that first 6 figures is probably the hardest because y'all, I'm telling you, it took me 9 months to earn my first 6 figures, and then after that, I earned my second 6 figures in 5 months, and it's just been up and up and up. And that's why I'm saying, like, once you start, really honestly, I say once you get your first sale, because it's like you done made your money back. Everything from there is obviously profit, right? But it's just like once you've seen that you've done it once, why you can't do it twice? Why you can't do it 3 times? Why you can't do it 15 times? Why you can't do it 20 times? To say that I have sold DWA to over 480 people is crazy, girl. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. Crazy. He said, "Yep, no techie skills needed." Yes, and that's what we love about it. So if you are a beginner, you do not have to have tech skills. Hell, you ain't got to know. I have had people, y'all, that didn't even understand what social media was. But again, you have to be someone that's willing to be disciplined, someone that's willing to be a student and actually learn the information. But if not, and you're a mom, I do have a program. It's called the Mompreneur Method, and it's also a community. It's hosted in a school platform similar to DWA. And what I did was all of the skills that I learned from DWA, because again, I really, really love that program. It taught me everything that I know, y'all. I cannot say it enough, for real. For real. I ain't lying. Taught me everything that I knew, but I took that and I was like, you know what? When I started coaching and mentoring people, a lot of my students would be like, damn, girl, the way you explain it, like, it's different from how they explain it. And like, because y'all, I'm a little cusser, but I also implement Jesus in everything that I do. I was like, you know what? Why can't I take this information and really just cater it to a mom's lifestyle? Because as a mom, we already go through so much. We experience mom guilt. We just have 1,000. At least I do, shit. You know what I'm saying? But I noticed that moms didn't have time to be a student, so I was like, let me create something where it's a podcast style feel, and you can truly listen to it on the go. If you're changing a diaper, baby, you're in the carpool line, whatever. And essentially, it's more so like having a conversation with your homegirl, but your homegirl putting you on game and giving you information on how to monetize yourself online, how to sell really anything, not just digital products, but maybe you have, a physical business or something like that. So I put together that community. But one thing that I love about my community is we also have a weekly call every Tuesday, and that's surely going to be increased soon. Where honestly, like the feedback that I will hear from so many people is just having their questions being answered. One thing about it, anytime you get really any digital product from me, you always get my business line, because again, y'all, when I say I believe in digital marketing, I believe in affiliate marketing, I believe in it, but you got to believe in it too. Okay. I'm believing you, but you got to believe in yourself too in order for this to work. Right. But I always try to, make myself available to anybody, because I get it. I was once there. I went down that rabbit hole of trying so many different things and just kind of needing that extra support. And to be honest, if you are starting, sometimes starting as a new side little hustle or something like that, it can be a little discouraging, especially like if your family or your friends, they don't really understand. They be like, girl, why are you wasting your time with that? That shit's too good to be true or whatever. You be like, damn. So you need that extra support. So that's one reason why I offer that. But inside of my community, like every Tuesday we have like our weekly call, and we talk about content strategy. Sometimes I do Instagram audits on there, but sometimes we just literally just talk about life, and we have that just community. You know what I mean? Like, it's, baby, ain't no community like NPM. I'm just saying, okay, it ain't, okay, like, for real. It ain't, you know what I mean? And I love that. And so if you are a mom, I would love if you would come to my free masterclass that I'm actually having tomorrow, y'all, at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Is absolutely free. But again, I can't say this enough. I truly am on a mission to help millions of moms, because I don't know, like, I'll help anybody, don't get me wrong. But it's something about just being a mom and being able to do the things you want to do. If your kids say that they want, and they deserve the shit, let me just say that first. If your kids say that they want to go to Disney 10 times a year, why do you have to be limited to doing that? If you want to go to the Nickelodeon Resort, baby, in Punta Cana, you should be able to do that, sis. If you want to go and spend a reckless amount of money on your babies at Target, Walmart, I can't really say Target. You should be able to do that. You know what I'm saying? And like, you shouldn't feel guilty about it. If you want to go on brunch days, sushi days, that's what we be doing. Okay. You should be able to do that. So that's why I created the Mompreneur Method. And like I said, this Thursday, I will be having a free masterclass. So if you're interested, you can register absolutely free. It's going to be an hour long. I'm trying to keep it shorter than that because I'm trying to get straight to the, but it's going to be truly like no other masterclass that you've ever experienced. One thing that I truly can say, and that I got to flex on a little bit, is my coaching style and how I help people. Like, baby, we ain't wasting time on definitions and stuff like that. We get straight into it. I'm telling you now, if you are coming to the masterclass, make sure you have your phone, because I definitely want to show you how to create content and how to set yourself up to create your own very own digital product from scratch, because I'm telling y'all, digital products, affiliate marketing, probably the number one trending industry out there. And again, even if you decide that you don't want to go the done for you route, you can create your own product. And people are like, well, what am I going to create my own product? Baby, what do you do for a living? What do you know how to do? What's the first thing that comes to you? What do people come and ask you for advice for all the time? Somebody may come and ask you for relationship advice. Girl, you can put together an ebook, a course, something. Maybe somebody always asks you, girl, that fried chicken that you make, it be fire. What do you be putting in that? Maybe you put a whole ebook together, maybe a cookbook. Okay, y'all. So again, stop thinking that the only way to make a little bit of money, a little bit of change is through a motherfucking job. Baby, they not setting us up to retire. They trying to push the time back for us, okay? So either way, if you're interested, feel free to shoot me a message. I always love talking to people before y'all, before you buy, because I get it. But y'all, you got to spend some money to make some money, okay? One thing that I've learned from every millionaire that I've studied is they are never afraid to invest in themselves, rather that be with a coach, a mentor, a program, some skills, or something. Like you can't say that you want life-changing money, but you're doing the same shit that you was doing yesterday. You can't say that you want this different life, but yet you're not even grateful and spend time with God 15, 20 minutes out of the day and just be in a sense of gratitude. But yet you want this, you want that, you want that. It starts with you making a change within yourself first. And again, that's changing your mindset, the way that you think. Sometimes the people that you around. Okay, because I tell people this all the time, y'all. The moment that I cut off all my friends and my family, my life literally skyrocketed, because I don't know if God just knew my heart and how I'm always just trying to help people, but He was like, "Let me show you how to take that help and help people over here." And I'm so glad that I did. And I would have, like, again, I tell people all the time, when I did all those other side hustles, UGC, Airbnb, real estate, and stuff like that, it wasn't that I wasn't good at it. It wasn't that, it wasn't the time. And like I said, it wasn't the time or the place. And I didn't lead with God. But once I asked Him to bless my journey, took off. So again, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. If you haven't already, girl, sign up for the masterclass. I want to see you up in there. Okay, I'm trying to put you on free game. Definitely gonna be some special little, surprises if you come to the masterclass. But yeah, y'all, I'm about to get off of here. I just wanted to get on here, have my quick little TED talk, do what I always do, y'all, because this is what I do, and this easily, no flex, allows me to make anywhere from $400 to $3,000 a day, literally being myself. So again, stop thinking that you can't replace your 9-to-5 income, or if not both. You know what I mean? You can have that 9-to-5 and still get this bread on the side, okay? But your knowledge is power, and your knowledge can turn into motherfucking coin, okay? But all right, y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in with me. And for my girlies that are in NPM, I can't wait to see y'all tomorrow on the masterclass. And then also, like I said, if you are interested in just mentorship, let me know. I do have DWA set at 2 different prices. So I have just a regular price of $497. Again, payment plans are available. But if you do want to get the full mentorship, like I said, me setting up your website for you, me also giving you those 30 days worth of content, what to say, what to do, story posts, all that, baby, I got you, and meeting on a weekly basis. That one is for $597. So you can see the 2 different. But again, reach out to me. I would love to talk to you first before you make the decision, because I always like to know that you're ready. Okay, because again, this ain't no play. This the real thing. But all right, y'all, I will see y'all tomorrow. Well, maybe not. I'll see y'all. I'm gonna see y'all. I might get on early tomorrow because the masterclass early. But if you haven't already and you're on Instagram, just comment the word masterclass and you will get the link. If you are on YouTube, just click the link in my bio and it literally is the first thing there. Register now so you don't miss out. All right, y'all. I will see you.